Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka GLauren33. I am back here with another video for y'all today, and we are going to be discussing the fallout from Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 63, as now we start turning our heads towards Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 64. And man, oh man, was this a crazy chapter. I know there's going to be people in the community that say, oh, here comes Goku saving the day once again, but I want to focus on the relationship between Merus and Goku, because this is great storytelling. We got a really good look into Goku's character in this arc and this chapter specifically. Plus, with Merus, I personally believe that Merus may be the most developed character out of the new characters that we've seen throughout all of Dragon Ball Super. And I'm talking about, including, all the Universe 6 characters, Jiren, Hit, Broly, all of them, the gods. Merus has been developed throughout this entire arc, and we've seen that also lead to great character development for Goku as well. And we saw that here in Chapter 63, because Chapter 63 was about Merus. Alright, I said this a couple times. In Chapter 59, and things like to go full circle in Dragon Ball. In Chapter 59, look at it. Chapter 59 was titled Merus' Miscalculation. And that was the first chapter, because remember, Ultra Instinct Omen Goku versus Moro was a 2-chapter fight. And even though Moro won, Merus thought that as long as Goku took the stamina strategy, that Goku would be able to get the job done. But that's just not the way Goku is. That's not the type of fighter he is. And we see Merus made that miscalculation, and it put everybody in trouble. Then Vegeta came, and then for a second we thought Vegeta may be the one to save the day here. And that could still happen, but we don't know right now. Vegeta got defeated by Moro, because Moro did absorb 7-3. And then we saw Chapter 61 happen, or not, yeah, Chapter 62, my bad. I'm getting my chapters mixed up. We had Chapter 62 happen, and we saw the Z-Fighters get absolutely demolished. And then, who comes to save the day? It's not Beerus, it's not Whis, but it's Merus. This arc started with Merus coming to Earth and taking Majin Buu. And from the second Merus landed on Earth, we saw Goku and Vegeta. They noticed there was something weird and odd about him, but they couldn't put their finger on it. It took time, but as a community, everyone started putting out the theory, is Merus an angel? And this really gets put into play once we start interacting and sparring with Merus. And we see, basically, after Vegeta leaves, and I forget what chapter this is, I think it was Chapter 51 or 52. Like I said, this has been a long arc. But when we see Vegeta leave to go to Planet Yardrat to train and gain that new technique, we see Goku. Goku challenges Merus to a sparring battle. And he could tell that Merus is really strong. But he also could tell that Merus is holding something back. He could tell that Merus is not a bad person at all. But he knows there's a reason why Merus is not showing his full strength and why he hasn't used it against Moro. And we see Merus apologizes to Goku for this revelation. But Goku's like, oh, as long as you're not a bad guy, it doesn't matter. And we can see Merus then takes a liking to Goku. And it's Merus who actually tells Goku, oh, let's go train. Because Goku then finds out that Merus knows about Ultra Instinct. So then we go into the hyperbolic time chamber. And I believe they're in there for 3 months. So 3 days was equal to 3 months in the hyperbolic time chamber, but I might be getting my timing wrong, but it doesn't really matter. They were in there for about 3 months, and a lot of us thought that yes, 3 months is a long time, but Goku has spent far longer in the hyperbolic time chamber over the years throughout the franchise. So we thought, yes, that's a pretty significant amount of time to be with just one person in that space, but we didn't think they would get to an emotional level like we saw at the end of Chapter 63. But there's an epic flashback here in Chapter 63 as Merus is starting to become transparent, right? He starts to become transparent, and he's flying at Moro, knowing very well that he's probably going to disappear after this attack. He flies at Moro, and he starts thinking back to the time he spent with Goku inside the hyperbolic time chamber. Remember, the whole point of their training here was for Goku to master Ultra Instinct. And he was able to learn how to use Ultra Instinct Omen at any time, but he was not able to tap into the silver hair form. And we see here chapter 63, Goku got mad at himself for not being able to, bear the labors, bear the fruit of the labor from his training with Merus. But Merus says, no, you did pass the training. You did complete the job. All you need is a trigger to activate it. And we see here, Merus asks Goku, and this is where we get that really good Goku character development. We see Merus ask Goku, you've taken down some of the biggest baddies in the universe over the year. And he's talking about, from Frieza to Cell to evil Majin Buu, He even went into the future to help Trunks take down, Goku Black and Zamasu. And now we're seeing that here with Moro, because those are the 5 biggest villains we've seen so far. I don't really count, Hit and Jiren and Broly. Those were antagonists, not really bad evil people. So we see Merus ask Goku, you've taken out some of the most evil people in the universe. And Goku responds by saying, yeah, but I didn't really see it that way. And Merus is like, why don't you ever kill your villains? It's kind of like, why doesn't Batman ever kill his enemies? But we see Goku's like, main villains, or the people that I fight always end up being bad. The strongest people, in fact. And over the years, we've seen this with Goku, we've seen it with Goku's relationship with Vegeta and Tien and Piccolo. And we could see that, over time, as Goku has fought them multiple times, eventually those enemies, especially Vegeta's the biggest example, they've been able to turn new leaves. And Goku's personality has had an effect on them and has made them have change of hearts and actually become better people, and actually lead to them fighting alongside Goku, especially in Dragon Ball Super. And we see Goku fights for the challenge. Goku is a Saiyan who loves to fight, but he loves to challenge himself as well. He doesn't want to get to a plateau where he can't get stronger, because what's the point? He always wants to fight stronger and stronger people so that he can improve and get better himself. It's one of the best qualities that Goku has. And Merus sees this, and he sees, as long as there's people like Goku in the universe, right, the universe will be okay. So it's at this point in time where Merus accepts, because Merus mentioned here that he's supposed to be an angel. He's not supposed to be good nor evil. But as time, as his time that he worked into the Galactic Patrol, he saw the good people in the Galactic Patrol, and meeting Goku and Vegeta and the others, he saw that there's good people out there fighting for good causes, and he doesn't want to see, the universe get destroyed by evil beings. So even though Merus is an angel that's supposed to stay neutral, he decides he wants to be on the good side, and that leads to Merus sacrificing himself. Merus, and it's like Android 16 way back in the Cell saga. We saw 16 sacrifice himself against Cell so that Gohan could awaken Super Saiyan 2 and defeat Cell, because 16 decided he wanted to see nature, the birds, the animals. He wanted to see them, live on, and he didn't want to see the earth and nature be destroyed by somebody evil like Cell. That's the same thing that's going on here with Merus and Goku. Merus decides that, even though he's an angel, he wants to fight for justice. He wants to fight for good. And Merus decides that, even if he has to sacrifice himself and he has to die, he wants to die knowing that the universe will be left in good hands with Goku. So Merus' resolve from the miscalculation he makes back in chapter 59 is, by sacrificing himself, that is going to be the trigger for Goku to gain a more stable Ultra Instinct, which is Master UI, the silver hair form. And Merus states at the end of the chapter, right before he disappears, Goku, if you master Ultra Instinct, it will be more stable than it ever was before. More stable than it was when he faced Jiren in the Tournament of Power. More stable than it was when he used UI Omen against Moro. And Merus says, nobody will be able to defeat you. Not Moro, not anybody. That just reveals that, how OP Master UI is. Master UI cannot be defeated. This is good. And if we see Goku use Master UI in chapter 64, Moro's not going to be able to touch him. Goku's going to walk right through him. Will it be enough to get the job done? That is yet to be seen. But I feel like we're going to see some absolute greatness from Goku in Chapter 64. Because you can see, the thing about Master UI is not about rage or emotions. Getting to Master UI is about having full control of your emotions. So the trigger is Merus' sacrifice, Goku getting angry the same way he did on Planet Namek against Frieza when Frieza killed Krillin. Goku's going to use that rage to control his emotions and then activate Master UI, and we're going to see absolute greatness. I cannot wait for Dragon Ball Super Chapter 64, but that emotion between Merus and Goku, we never thought we would see it. We never would think that the time Goku and Merus spent, those 3 months they spent in the hyperbolic time chamber, I did not think it would lead to something like this. But seeing the emotion on Goku's face, Goku's sitting there in shock as Merus is disappearing, we're gonna see greatness from Goku. And the emotion there, bro, Merus sacrificing himself and deciding to go against the law of angels, getting out of being neutral but turning to be good, being somebody that wants to fight for justice. It makes me want to see Merus get redemption. All right, I want to see Merus, come back. Because, it's not fair in my eyes, it's not fair that Merus had to sacrifice himself just because he decided to go against the angel gods. I feel like there should be a different punishment, not just, him disappearing and never being able to return. But, we'll see what happens at the end of the arc. But still, the emotional relationship that was formed between Goku and Merus and how it leads to, increased character development for Goku. And then Merus making the ultimate sacrifice at the end of the day so that Goku can grow and develop and master Ultra Instinct to become the best version of himself. It's absolutely incredible, and I love it. So for people that always say Goku gets no character development, read this chapter. And if you can't understand Goku's character after Dragon Ball Super Manga Chapter 63, there's no hope for you. Get out. Stop wasting our time. I don't give a crap. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought of the chapter. Do you guys agree with what I'm saying here about the emotional connection between Goku and Merus? Let me know your predictions for Chapter 64. I'll keep you guys updated with everything Dragon Ball on the channel here. Thank you guys for the love and support. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Peace.